for the first time. They're led out by one of the few left-handed quarterbacks in the game today. Out of Boise State, it's Kellen Moore.
What makes Kellen Moore effective? An innate sense of timing and terrific vision. He sees things open before they actually appear that way and gets the ball out of his hands. He's a quintessential guy that actually throws receivers open.
They run with a rookie. Here's Elliott. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Let's go! Detroit! Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. Finding time. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. A first-time Pro Bowler from 2015, Fletcher Cox, in there to get him for a loss of 5. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Moore now. Surveying the field. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
A first down carry by Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Another carry for the rookie Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. And you're not allowed to climb. You got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing it to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
This offensive unit today, they're going to need Dez.
A full combo plate. Size, speed, toughness, not to mention incredible aggressiveness going and getting the football.
Now Moore. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
It seems like whenever people talk about Chris Long, the number one thing they discuss is his motor and how relentless he is. Let's not forget, he's also a superior athlete.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, it definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
A good, solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You got something positive on the board, and you got the early lead.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And if you didn't know what school Carson Wentz came from, if you didn't know he had played at a 1AA or FCS level, and you looked at his measurables, you would say, now that's what a quarterback's supposed to look like. 6'5", nearly 240 pounds, with the ability to run the football as well. He has the goods.
On the tackle, the rookie Jalen Smith. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. On second down, here's Wentz. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And now the defense for Dallas.
When at his best, Orlando Scandrick is one of the top nickel cornerbacks in the NFL.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Here we go now.
Now Wentz on third down. And that is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down. Now a man who did his collegiate kicking in-state at Sam Houston State. Locke Edwards on to punt.
Sometimes it looks pretty simple, batting the ball away. But oftentimes there's some pretty good teaching and practice that goes into it. Being able to get to the receiver.
Punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best.
On the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39.
On the counter, Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
More now. Finding time. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Seven yards to go on second down. McFadden again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Now Moore. Surveying the field. Still back there. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be set up now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened, but then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw, it's Wentz. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. On second down, McFadden. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. So a couple failed attempts here for the ground game, assuming you pass here on 3rd.
Doesn't look like you're getting anywhere running the ball at all, so I would agree with you on that one. You've got to think about going to the air to try and pick up the yardage you need.
Anything in particular? Dez Bryant with nothing but green grass ahead of him. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dez Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. 1 quarter in the books. Plenty of scoring here already. EA Sports NFL Sunday return. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Throwing on first is Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Wentz to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Wentz now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz eluding the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Wentz. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go now.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. There the Eagles are back within a score. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
And that'll make it 13-7. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They start the drive with McFadden. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect them.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
More now. And Beasley with it over the middle. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They come out here in the eye. Here's Wentz to throw. Rolling to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
Now Wentz. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Eagles.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. No gain on the play there. Second down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. But on that play, it was zero space, no gain. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
There's McFadden as they begin on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside. Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Moore. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down, or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they're down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
Taken from just outside the 30. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, It almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Wentz going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Jeffrey with a catch left side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. On first down, Wentz. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
McFadden will be the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, LR.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Cowboys right now have a time of possession advantage, but it has not led them to taking control of this game. The Eagles look like they'll be in this game for 4 quarters. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd down at the 27. Bryant hauling in the pass over the middle. He gone. Lead now goes to 13. Eagles have it at the 25. They'll take the run up the middle, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Trailing now by just a touchdown. Now till late in the second. The football is going to be up for grabs here. Offense on the field now after the fumble. Moore is able to squeeze the pass in here, and that goes as a 50-yard touchdown, which takes the lead to 13. Still late in the first half, the pass is completed into tight coverage, and that goes as a 34-yard touchdown. That'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get you back out to Dallas as we hand things over to Brandon Guy.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 41 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now Wentz throwing on second down. His throw incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Now Wentz on third down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Trey Burton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And that one puts them on top here in the third. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Eagles defense. They work their way back onto the field. More now. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Second down now after the pass completion.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
Looking to throw, and this is going to be incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Eagles take possession. And now back onto the field, here comes the Cowboys defense. They've had a couple passing touchdowns against them in this game, and that last drive they really got picked apart.
They've got to figure out how to tighten things up, because no matter what they've done, whatever adjustments they've made, offense has been a step ahead of them. So they've got to figure it out. Usually, a sack of the quarterback can help change the momentum.
Maybe bring some pressure.
I think maybe a little bit of pressure would help them greatly.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off. There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They're going to hurry back to the line now. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Play action. Now Wentz. And he whips that one incomplete there. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Completes it over the middle to Floyd. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On second down, here's Wentz. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They'll try to fire up the running game with McFadden. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Moore. And that is incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Wentz gets it to the rookie fullback. This is Derek Watt. That one good for 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Wentz. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other.
Under pressure, they got him again. And it'll will go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Wentz to throw. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Moore now finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. We're still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He hits Beasley right side. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Let's go!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a cut to the sideline. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
I tell you, on 4th and 1, when you're way back on your side of the field, I thought this might just be an attempt to draw them off and get the 1st down that way. But they were going for it the whole time, and they wind up getting it.
9 yards. Second down following the run. Give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Green, 39.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And this one is right down the middle. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Leading his crew back out there now. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And
the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Des Bryant with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down.
But that was a big oops right. There, but how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wentz now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and we are all tied here in the final stages. So now then, it's a big kick there to get this game back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal could still do you in.
Brandon, we're going to see right here. I would expect that after the kickoff, this offense is going to come out throwing. So those first few plays are going to be the key.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. Don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now Moore. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Beasley. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Back to throw now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's second down. Second down now after the incompletion. Moore now. Deep drop. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And on the left side, he's got Witten. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. First down, a run with McFadden. And some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Yep. Now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Running again on first with McFadden. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. McFadden will be the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And his kick is through. It is good. Dan Bailey, the hero as time expires. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. Well, I know it points to this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right?